All right, everyone, get ready because today we are going deep on Cici's Pizza.
Ooh, Cici's.
Yeah, you know those red and yellow signs you see all over?
I do.
You think you know their story, but trust me, this buffet chain, it's more than just a pepperoni pizza.
It's a whole journey, whole business case study.
It really is, and we've got the goods to prove it.
Oh, lay it on me.
Articles, research, even a few insider accounts.
Wow, that's a deep dive.
It is, so get ready.
Yeah.
Because Cici's journey, well, it kind of mirrors so many classic business dilemmas.
Like what?
Well, franchising, brand identity, adapting to change, you know.
Oh, I see.
You think you know budget pizza buffet?
Yeah.
But there are going to be some twists and turns here that'll leave you going, didn't know that.
Well, I'm ready.
Okay, good. So rewind to 1985.
Okay.
Two guys, Mike Cole and Joe Crosby, $10,000 each, Plano, Texas.
Yeah.
That's where Cici started.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, so what were they thinking back then? Was world pizza domination already, on their vision board?
Not quite.
Really?
Yeah, they were really lean back then, focused on carryout and keeping those prices super low,
I see.
Very little Caesar's model.
Value.
All about that value proposition.
Right.
They even did a lot of the remodeling themselves. True bootstrapping entrepreneurs.
Wow, talk about scrappy.
Oh, yeah.
Smart move, especially back then. But they eventually hit on that all-you-can-eat idea, right? Was that always the plan?
Well, not exactly. You see, it was a pivot, kind of born out of necessity.
Necessity.
The first location did really well.
Okay.
But then they expanded, went near Dallas.
Oh.
And the competition was, it was fierce.
I bet.
They needed something to stand out, something different. And that's when the buffet light bulb went off.
Brilliant. So was that before Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat?
Well, a lot of people think Pizza Hut was the pioneer.
Right.
But our sources say Cici's. They beat them to the punch.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, so suddenly they weren't just another pizza joint. They were a family-friendly destination.
Right. You could take the kids, let them go wild.
Exactly. It changed everything for them, transformed their brand identity. And, they tapped into a market hungry for value and a fun dining experience.
It's smart. You got to give them that.
Oh, yeah. By 2000, they had over 345 locations, mostly in the Southeast. And, they had that solid reputation.
What was it like for...
Cleanliness, affordability, the whole Cici's atmosphere.
I haven't been in a while.
They were on a roll.
They were, but then something kind of interesting happens.
Oh, what's that?
Around the same time, 2000-ish, they bumped up the prices to $3.99.
Okay.
Added veggie toppings, even revamped the logo and how the restaurants looked.
Interesting.
Yeah, so were they trying to be more than just budget pizza?
I think so.
Elevate their image a little?
It makes sense. I mean, on the surface, it seems like a normal step, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Modest price increase to, fund a better experience.
Yeah.
But it might have backfired.
Oh.
You see, Cici's was famous for rock bottom prices.
Oh.
That was like their thing.
Their hook.
Exactly. So by going a little upscale, they might have alienated their most loyal customers.
It's like they messed with the formula,
Kind of.
Did they realize this, or did they just keep going in that direction?
Well, they hit their peak in 2009, over 650 locations.
Wow.
But then they took a dip.
So was it the recession?
You'd think, but their sales actually went up in early 2009.
Really?
Yeah, people were looking for affordable options back then, so it had to be something else.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Right.
So if it wasn't the economy putting the squeeze on them, what was it?
Well, our sources, they point to a few things.
Right.
One of them involves co-founder Joe Crosby.
Okay.
He left in 2003, wanted to spend more time with his family.
I get that.
Yeah, understandable.
But you'd think a co-founder would be super involved, especially when they're expanding like that.
You would.
So what happened when he left?
Well, Crosby was all about quality control.
Okay.
He was passionate about the brand, the food, the whole experience.
I see.
Especially meticulous about who got to be a franchisee.
Right.
But after he left, Cici's expanded. Like a lot. Well, they went from opening 20 new restaurants in 2002 to 97 in 2004.
Whoa, that's a big jump.
Huge.
And that makes you wonder, did they lower their standards to hit those numbers?
It's possible.
Yeah.
To grow that fast, they might have become less picky about who they partnered with.
Makes sense.
Maybe those new franchisees, maybe they weren't as financially stable. Weren't as committed to, the brand's vision.
Right.
Or maybe they didn't get enough training.
And that's risky when you're a franchise. Consistency is everything.
Oh, yeah.
If customers have different experiences at different Cicis, that hurts the whole brand.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't take much for the bad reviews to start piling up.
Word of mouth spreads fast.
And that can kill you.
Totally. Inconsistent experiences they equal a decline in brand loyalty.
Makes sense.
And to add to that, there were some health code violations reported around this time.
No.
Yeah, and even if they were isolated incidents, they contributed to the idea that quality was slipping.
Uh-oh. So rapid expansion, inconsistent franchisees, and then negative press.
Yeah, not a good combo.
It really isn't. So did Cici's try to fix things?
They did, but we'll dive into that and all the twists that came after in part 2 of our deep dive.
I can't wait.
It's a wild ride.
Okay, everyone, we'll be right back after a quick break. Welcome back, everyone. We're picking up our deep dive right where we left off. Cici's facing some serious challenges, expansion, maybe hurt in the towel.
Not quite. They actually tried to fight back around 2015.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they launched what they called a revitalization strategy.
Revitalization? Okay, what'd that involve?
Redesigns, a new tagline, trying to be more than just a pizza place.
Interesting. So they were trying to, change the conversation.
I think so, trying to appeal to, a wider audience.
Sure. But were they actually fixing the big problems?
Like the inconsistency and the food safety concerns?
Yeah.
Well, that's where things get a little, fuzzy.
Fuzzy? How so?
Well, they focused a lot on how things looked and added new menu items.
Okay.
But it's hard to say if they really tackled the core issues.
Right. Was the food actually better, and were all the Cici's delivering the same experience?
Exactly. And you got to remember what made them special in the first place.
That super affordable, consistent buffet.
Right. Yeah, did they lose sight of that, trying to be everything to everyone?
That's a good question. So did this revitalization thing actually work?
Did customers buy into the new Cici's?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, they tried, but the brand kept struggling.
Oh, so what happened then?
Well, in 2016, Cici's got acquired by the Arlen Group.
The Arlen Group, who are they?
An investment firm.
Okay, so new owner, new boss.
Pretty much new leadership, new strategies.
So what did they do? Did they keep going with that more than pizza idea?
They actually seemed to realize that the franchisees were, kind of unhappy.
Unhappy? Why?
Well, probably all those inconsistencies we talked about. Different Cici's being totally different.
Makes sense.
So they focused on, making things better for the franchisees.
Okay.
More communication, more collaboration, trying to get everyone on the same page.
Seems like a good move. The franchisees are the ones on the front line.
Exactly. Their success is Cici's success.
Right. So did they do anything else besides, making the franchisees happy?
Oh, yeah. They started an incentive program to attract better franchisees.
Like higher quality, more experienced?
Yeah. They wanted to, reverse any damage from those rapid expansion years.
It's like they were admitting that growing too fast wasn't the best move.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly. But did it work? Did they turn things around?
That's the big question. It wasn't an overnight success.
I bet.
They had all these announcements about new restaurants and big growth, but it didn't really happen that way.
Huh, why not?
Well, rebuilding trust takes time, especially when people have had bad experiences,
Right, it's like trying to change a big ship's direction. It's slow.
And don't forget, they were doing all of this while the whole food industry was changing.
Oh, yeah, delivery apps, all the new fast casual places.
A whole new ball game.
So how do you make a buffet relevant when everyone wants their food fast and easy?
Right. It was a tough spot to be in.
So did they try anything else to adapt?
They kept tweaking the menu, trying to go beyond pizza.
Even though their name is literally Cici's Pizza?
They actually dropped pizza from their name for a bit.
No way, really.
Yeah. Didn't last long, though.
I guess not, but then they had these new items like mac and cheese pizza.
Yeah, it's like they were sending mixed messages.
Totally. Stuck between being the classic buffet and trying to be modern and healthy all at the same time.
It's a hard balance.
So where does that leave them?
Well, that's what we'll find out in the final part of our deep dive.
Okay, so what's next for Cici's?
We'll explore that and uncover a surprising twist that might just be their saving grace.
Oh, this is getting good. All right, everyone. We'll be right back for the final slice of our Cici's deep dive. Okay, we're back and ready for the final part of our Cici's deep dive.
The moment of truth.
It is, and we left off with Cici's trying all sorts of things to stay afloat.
A lot of twists and turns along the way.
There were, but you mentioned a surprise twist, something that might be a game changer for them.
Yeah, it's a bold move for sure. Shows they're not afraid to shake things up.
So spill the beans. What is it?
Remember how we talked about those buffet challenges?
Yeah, like in a world of delivery apps and everything.
Exactly. Well, Cici's, they've been quietly testing a new model.
A new model? Like what?
One that embraces those very trends that seem to be hurting them.
Okay, you're really keeping me in suspense here.
All right, so they're testing smaller stores.
Smaller stores.
Yeah, some without any dine-in seating at all.
Whoa, so no more buffet.
Some, yeah, they're laser focused on carryout and delivery now.
So it's like going back to their roots, right?
Kind of, but with a modern twist, like you said, delivery apps and all that.
It makes sense. Not everyone has time to sit down for a buffet these days.
Exactly, they're meeting the customers where they are.
And smaller stores probably mean lower costs for them too, right?
Oh yeah, lower overhead, a streamlined operation.
And maybe fewer consistency issues if it's just focused on takeout and delivery.
Could be. Easier to control quality that way.
Plus, they're reaching a whole new set of customers, people who order in.
A smart move. Got to give them that.
So is it working?
Well, it's still early. Too early to say for sure.
It's a gamble, but I admire them for trying.
It takes guts to change like that, especially for a brand that's been around as long as Cici's.
It really does. It's a good lesson for anyone in business.
It is. You got to adapt or die, right?
Exactly. You got to be willing to let go of what's not working.
And embrace new ideas. Sometimes you got to challenge your own assumptions.
And Cici's story shows us that it's never too late to try again.
There's always room for a comeback.
Well said. So there you have it, folks. The rise, the fall, and the potential rise again of Cici's Pizza.
A pizza roller coaster ride, if you will.
It is, and a reminder that success isn't a straight line.
Bumps along the way, but it's how you handle them that counts.
And who knows, maybe this new chapter for Cici's will be even better than the buffet days.
Only time will tell, but it'll be interesting to watch.
It will, so keep an eye on those red and yellow signs, everyone.
You never know what they'll cook up next.
That's right. Until our next deep dive, stay curious. As always, subscribe to our channel, like the video, and comment below. There are also some links in our description that you may find useful. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.